Good afternoon, everybody. So today's epic adventure brings us to Harris County, Georgia. We are just north of Columbus, Georgia. We are at Buckhead Ridge and Whitesville Road. Now, this is Crybaby Bridge, a long-time folklore story happened here. The stories associated with Crybaby Bridge The stories associated with Crybaby Bridge vary depending on who you actually ask. There are stories that a baby accidentally drowned in the creek below the bridge, while another story claims a mother drowned her infant. The third story claims that a farmer who knew he and his wife would be unable to feed a fifth child conspired with his wife's doctor to dispose of the extra mouth to feed. The doctor apparently took the baby to the bridge and threw the child over the bridge to drown in the water below, which I'm walking up to now. You're going to see in a second. Regardless of the stories, people have made claims over the years of hearing the sound of a baby crying when crossing the bridge or sitting on the bridge. We're out here alone today. There is nobody around, so we're going to see what we can dig up on all that. Other people have stated that if you stop your car while on the bridge, there is no guarantee you will be able to turn it back on. There are also people who have said they have witnessed the ghost of a woman in white walking in the nearby woods. So we're going to walk up here to the bridge real quick. Got a car coming down the road. So here's the creek below. I am now standing on the newer bridge. The original bridge for Crybaby Bridge here in Harris County, Georgia, was demolished back in 2009 around. Now sits this paved way, and down here, which we're going to show you, is basically like a cement tunnel that lets the water flow through. So we're just going to head down there right now, and on the way down I'll just read you another article. It's really quiet, it's really nice. Okay. So the story of Crybaby Bridge is one that has been passed around as an urban legend for years. As the legend goes, a poor farming family in Georgia found out they were expecting a fifth child. The husband knew that the family did not have enough means to provide for another child. So the farmer made a pact with the delivery doctor to kill the baby immediately after it was born, without the wife's knowledge or consent. After the baby was born, the doctor walked the baby to the nearby bridge, which we're heading to right now, throwing it to its depths below. Legend has it the baby spirit still remains, as well as the ghost mother who searches endlessly for her child. It has been reported that driving by the bridge on a full moon, you will hear the distant sound of a baby crying along with the wails of a lost mother. Wails of a lost mother. You can find Crybaby Bridge near Columbus, Georgia on Whitesville Road, which it's really in Harris County, north of Columbus, Georgia. Alright. Now, we were here a couple years ago. We didn't do a video, but we did take pictures for everybody. And we definitely seen some water moccasins swimming up in here. So I'm just paying attention a little extra. Okay. So right here is the bridge tunnel. Now, I'll show you a picture of what the bridge used to look like in the corner, so you can compare it to now. All right. So it definitely looked creepier back then. Yes, I do wish it was still the original bridge. But all the folklore and all that, people still swear to it to this day that live around the areas. I'm sure not everyone, but enough people. All right. So right here is where we would have seen the water moccasins. They were like swimming away from us when we had came down here last time. I want to say the water was a little higher also. Here she is. Very cool. Now I do want to sit up here on the side of the bridge and record a little bit. I brought my little ghost recorder with me just for fun. And this is the creek, and it goes all the way around. I couldn't tell you how far it goes. It goes pretty far. There we go. Now we're going to work our way over to the other side. Alright. Now I know a lot of people are confused of exactly where this location is, and I don't always give out a location depending on what it is, because people like to come and destroy stuff, but this is just a bridge. So it's Buckhead Ridge and Whitesville Road, and it's the third bridge. Here we go. And it is the third bridge that you cross on Whitesville Road. Not the first, not the second, but the third. Okay, I'm sinking into the mud, and I wanted to go all the way over, but I don't think we're gonna do that. Just because of that right there. I'm already sinking as it is. And I'm echoing. Yeah, okay. So here is underneath the bridge. Now I was also told that there is a mini cave also back here in these woods, but I don't want to travel too far. A lot of this is somebody's property, I'm sure. Look at this. See if you can see it. There's a turtle. Yeah. So you got to watch where you're walking. You never know what you're going to walk on, especially when you're really looking out for snakes. Let's just walk up here just because. It's really quiet. The only thing I can hear is the birds chirping and the crunches of leaves from animals. Probably going the other way because I'm here. It's really nice. So I'm going to travel back up to the road, and I'm going to get my little voice recorder. I can see like the rock formations. I want to say that it's back there. It's like a little mini cave. Probably fit my body in there, and that's about it. Okay, I'm now sitting in the middle of the bridge. Down below is where the infant supposedly died at, from whichever way of the stories are true. Remember, this is folklore. But I got my voice tracker with me. Nothing crazy. And we're just going to ask a couple questions and just sit here and let it record and see if anything picks up on here. Is there anybody out here that wishes to communicate? I really love this area. It's really peaceful. Are you man or are you a woman? The stories of what happened here are really sad, and I'm sorry that has happened to you. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna head back down there to the bottom. Let me get my keys and my phone. And we're gonna head back down to the bottom and just ask a couple questions down there. I really just want to let it record and see if I can pick anything up in general. It's always better when you're alone, in my opinion. A couple people have passed by on the road up here. Since I've been here about 20 minutes, it's been about 3 cars, I think, but 2 were together. So it's really quiet. Let's work our way back down, and we're gonna stand in the tunnel, which would be underneath the original bridge where the baby was thrown off. Just gotta make it through this little maze right here. Like I said, gotta watch out for snakes and spiders, certain kinds. But I don't see much. I really don't. Okay, so we are back underneath of Crybaby Bridge. Now we're gonna... Is anybody here that wishes to communicate with us today? Are you male or are you female? Are you down here looking for your lost child? I'm so sorry this happened to you. It's a really sad story. I will keep this recording while I walk around if you wish to say anything at any time. Okay, so I did come across a couple of these right next to the bridge. It's a marker and it says RW. I don't know how far down it goes, if there's any more letters or anything, but I did also see one over here. Also, mind you, the bridge is literally right there. That's the bridge. And these are right here. And here's another one. Letters are on this side right here. Now, I don't remember what kind of markers they are, but if you know, let me know in the comments. So I'm now walking across what would have been Crybaby Bridge. Again, the original bridge was demolished in 2009. Since then, this is the bridge that has been replaced with. So right down here would have been the ideal spot where the baby had been thrown off down into the creek to drown. And these woods back here are the woods that the mother supposedly to this day still comes out in ghost form and looks for her baby. How creepy is that? Some folklores are good, sad stories, but awesome to come and hunt down. So we are now on the other side of the bridge, and we're just looking around. What I was really looking for was some old relics, you know, pieces of wood from the original bridge that was torn down back in 2009. It is now 2026, so I don't really see much of anything. I mean, if there was something, you know, when the waters are higher, it could have washed down some. You know, it could have just went anywhere. Sometimes cleanup crews are really good at their job, and other times they're really sloppy. So you just never know. But I don't see any wood anywhere as I was looking. Very cool. A horror movie could easily be done here, for sure. I picked the perfect time. Last time we came here a couple years ago, it was more in the summertime, so everything was overgrown. Now, you know, all the leaves are falling off the trees, and it's really nice to see everything. The water is really murky, so you can't really see even just underneath the top layer. If you look right here, here's an armadillo. I'm not sure how friendly they are. Look at that. But that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have my little friend down here, a little armadillo. Say bye. That's the end of today's video. He's too busy digging right now. But that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Is there anybody out here that wishes to communicate? I really love this area. It's really peaceful. Are you man or are you a woman? The stories of what happened here are really sad, and I'm sorry that has happened to you. Is anybody here that wishes to communicate with us today? Are you male or are you female? Are you down here looking for your lost child? I'm so sorry this happened to you. It's a really sad story. I will keep this recording while I walk around if you wish to say anything at any time.